Meat. Humans have been eating it for more than 3 million years, but there's a growing trend of veganness sweeping across the world. So today I thought let's compare vegan meat products to their meat counterparts and see which is better. And no, I don't care about your political opinions around this. Oh, you shouldn't be eating meat. Satanists eat meat. It's literally a sausage roll. There's barely any meat in it. And nor do I want people going, oh, vegans and vegans, oh, I hate vegans. Save it for Facebook. Jesus. It's food. Shut up. Anyway, on to the first foodage. Greg sausage rolls. So we've got our vegan one, we've got our meat-based one. Let's see which tastes best. Image-wise, they do look different. One looks like it's been on holiday and has got a tan, the other one looks pale, like me. Is that deliberate? I've got absolutely no idea. Doesn't this one look lovely? Oh, that's meat right there. You can tell that's meat. Smells like meat. Smells like that kid in class that drinks milk for a little bit too long. Like, it gets to the point where you're like 15 and you're still drinking milk, like gallons of milk. They're always called like Damien. Anyway, let's test them. We'll go for the meat first. We'll set the standards of a classic Greg sausage roll. It's got a lovely crunch in there. It's salty, it wants to be eaten. It's got a lovely way about it. Look how happy that is. That's a smile. You don't see a sausage roll smile much these days. It's confident in itself. Yes, it's tanned heavily, like the David Dickinson of food products, but it has got a lovely taste. Sort of like juicy, squidgy sausage-based product. God knows what it actually is. Deserves a kiss for that. Now onto the vegan sausage roll. I mean, look at that. That is just, already you hate it, don't you? It looks miserable, it looks bleak. It needs a trip to Spain for a week. This one's kind of got a nice sort of golden outerness, whereas this one kind of looks like it's got flaky skin, like it's suffering from dandruff, like it needs a Head and Shoulders applied to it. But let's see what it tastes like. Wow, that's a different experience entirely. That's actually very respectable. That is very impressive. There's a saltiness to it. There's an underlying playfulness to the roll. I don't know if I'm getting sausage though. It doesn't feel sausagey, obviously it's not. That probably explains why. It's got this lightness to it. It's got a lightness running through its veins. It doesn't feel like there's as much filling. It looks like a malnourished sausage roll, but it behaves like a sausage roll inside. This is a really tight call, you know. I thought this was going to be the easiest one. This one looks better and nicer. But I think this one might taste better. I'm getting the black pepper coming through. It's got a nice tingle on the tongue. Do you know what? I'm going to surprise myself there. I think the vegan one's better. Jesus, that's not going to go down well, is it? Fair play, vegans. You've won that one. Right, now up next, we have got ourselves two Kit Kats, the vegan one, and of course, the normal one. I don't really know if they are going to taste any different at all, because really, what can you do that's different with a Kit Kat? What even is the vegan part of this? Is it the milk? I mean, that's got like a sort of jungle look to it. What have they got in it? I mean, come on. Can we not even have milk now? What's... Oh, it's harming the cow. Probably. Yeah, probably. Actually, that's a good point. Although, no, it produces milk. No. No. Get over it. And this is going to be our starting place. Oh, a little bit of a melt on this one. That melt is lovely. It really caresses the wafer, melts in the mouth. What a delight that is. Will I be able to taste any difference between that? That spectacular invention. That's one of the best inventions of all time. I'm convinced. So simple yet so effective. Just shove some chocolate around a bit of wafer. All right, yeah, go on. And yet nobody ever talks about the inventor of the Kit Kat, do they? Nobody ever goes, oh, it was Mary Stelling or Jordan Numpty or whatever. You know, like nobody ever goes on about these inventors. They should. They should. The Kit Kat's a wonderful invention. Anyway, vegan Kit Kat. Will it taste any different? There's no melt in this. Maybe this one's just made of stronger stuff. Anyway, let's see what the vegan Kit Kat tastes like. Oh, no, this one does taste different. It's a whole different experience. The chocolate isn't as potent. The wafer isn't as crunchy. Have they messed around with the wafer? Different aftertaste on the tongue. Quite frankly, that's a disgrace. This one's so easy. This one doesn't even taste like chocolate, really, once you add this one. This one's taken me on a whole different journey, the vegan one. Almost like it's taking me through the jungle orally. And as I've gone deeper into the jungle, I get eaten by a tiger and it tastes like arse, is basically what I'm trying to say. Every single day of the week, I'm going for the original Kit Kat. You disgust me. Got some bloody milk in. Right, okay, up next, we are comparing sausages. Yes, we've got our vegan sausages versus our meat-based sausages. Which will be the best? Let's find out. Let's head to the frying pan. Okay, so we've got both the same sausages in the pan, which obviously you wouldn't do if you're an actual vegan. We've got the vegan sausages here and the meat-based ones here. Interestingly, when I got the vegan ones out of the packet, they smelt more like sausage than the sausage ones. So I don't know how they've artificially recreated it. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, but that was very bizarre, opening up the vegan ones and getting that hit of sausageness. Anyway, let's cook them, and I don't know actually how long you're supposed to cook them for. Should have probably checked. Sausages are served. So this is what we've got. We've got the vegan sausages here on this side. We've got the meat sausages on this side. I'm not sure if they're cooked, but I guess we'll find out. So first things first, the vegan sausages look like the sort of sausages that you get in Egypt or just sort of abroad generally, to be honest. They might actually be similar to the ones you get in Egypt because I don't think they have pork, do they, over there? So that would make a lot of sense. But let's dive in. Let's see what meat sausages are like compared to vegan sausages. I'm hoping these are cooked. Who cares? Okay, so that tastes like a sausage. It's difficult with sausages because they are sort of inherently crap. You know, they're inherently sort of crap meat, sort of shoved into a thin sort of sock. So it's difficult really to ever sort of give it too many compliments. I like a sausage, I do. I like a sausage, but ultimately it is just sort of mush. Now let's try the vegan sausage. It's shaped like a sausage. Does it taste like one? How bizarre. That mush quite quickly evaporates into the ether. But it is bizarre, because to be honest, neither of them are that great. If I'm having a sausage at night, a big sausage at night, which one of these sausages would I want in me? This is the closest one so far, is this. Okay, I've made a decision. The best tasting sausage out of the two of these is only just the meat sausage, on the basis that it tastes more sausagey. It feels more sausagey. In the gullet and the palate, in the mouth, it really does feel more like a sausage. If you were abroad and you got served that, you go, do you know what, fair play, that's a sausage, that. Let's up the ante a little bit. Cornish pasty. Right, up next we have got pasties. We've got a corn pasty and we've got the original pasty. Let's see which is the best. I am going to microwave them because I can't be arsed putting them in the oven for 15 minutes. Right, here we go. Oh, got my pasties. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got the meat pasty here, the original one, and we have got the vegan one on this side. Slightly darker colour. Microwave them both, and they're both very sort of squidgy, which I guess is what you expect from microwaved food. Right, I guess we're going to dive into the meat one first. I've just realised that the vegan one is past its use-by date. That was yesterday. So I'm hoping that hasn't impacted the taste. Let's jump into the meat one. Very light pastry to it. Getting the potatoes coming through, getting the meat coming through. So I bloody love a Cornish pasty. It's got heart to it, it's got soul to it. A little bit of black pepper coming through. It's glorious, it really is. Hearty food, makes you feel nice and warm, which is perfect on a day like today when it's 25 degrees. If you had to marry a food, it'd be a Cornish pasty. Although it's not perfect because it's been microwaved, that's damn good. I'd like more meat in it, to be honest. There's a lot of potato coming through, but you could cry. You could cry about that, couldn't you? Wow. A lifetime of memories, really, in that Cornish pasty. It's a really respectable pasty, is that. Now let's try the vegan one. Never had one of these before. Let's see what it tastes like. Out-of-date vegan pasty with corn meat. Let's actually open it up. Oh, you see, this one's got more meat in it, ironically. Pastry tastes different, more clumpy in the gob. It's harder to nosh through, to be honest with you. It's a lot of exercise on the jaw. You're gonna end up with a proper jawline at this rate. Honestly, you don't need one of those devices off Temu or whatever. Have a pasty. It tastes like the sponge in a sofa. You know, like it tastes like you're going, you know, into the sofa, like getting the sponge of the sofa. It doesn't taste like real food, to be honest. It's kind of got this sort of fake, meaty taste to it. The pastry's lifeless. Feels like it's been dead for several days. It's quite stressful, actually, chewing through it. I don't think I can eat the rest of that, to be honest. There's a clear winner on this one. Not even difficult. The meat takes it. The meat takes it. It's 3-1 up. Glorious, that. I wouldn't give that to a dog. Up next, we are testing bacon. Vegan bacon. And of course, real bacon. I'm very curious to see what this is going to be like. Vegan bacon, it doesn't look great, I've got to be honest. I mean, it looks like fake food. Fake food, fake food, you're fake food. You can tell which is the real bacon just from looking at it. This looks fresher, looks like meat, whereas this, like I say, sort of looks like sort of Play-Doh or, you know, plastic food that you might get in one of those like kids' kitchen sets. Anyway, I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. Okay, so here's our bacon. As you can see, this is the real bacon. This is the vegan bacon. You can see it's already bubbling. This has to be cooked, I think, for about 6 minutes. This has to be cooked for 3 or 4 minutes. One thing I noticed straight away as I opened the packet of the vegan bacon is the smell. It has an artificial smell to it. It's almost like those bacon crisps that you get. That's how they've, again, once again, and we found this with a few of the products, they have that kind of artificial smell to them, where it smells of kind of like fake bacon, like you'd get on those, is it Frazzles, whatever they call them, those bacon crisps. It smelled like that coming out of the packet, whereas normal bacon I don't really think has much of a smell. Anyway, it's bubbling away there in the pan. and we'll have to turn this every now and again. So let's see what it looks like when it's cooked. Oh, right then. Here's my bacon. So of course this is your normal bacon and this is your vegan bacon. You can tell there's a clear difference here. This has been very much processed and constructed in a factory to try and make it look like bacon. And as you can see, it ends up looking actually quite artificial. But the key thing is, what does it taste like? I then made the fatal error of not switching on my main camera again, like an absolute donkey. So you've just got this shot of the plate, which is helpful, isn't it? But to summarise, the bacon tastes very, very good. Well, probably the best tasting thing that I've had so far in the video, and the artificial or vegan bacon, if you like, didn't taste very good. It tasted artificial, it tasted those Frazzle crisps, and it didn't really have any texture at all to it. It was just like a flat piece of foodage. So on that basis, it's a very easy decision. I'm gonna go for the meat bacon. Just the normal bacon, the original bacon. I think on this occasion you can justify killing something, surely. I mean, come on, there's a big difference. It's not awful, it's just sort of weird and artificial tasting. And I guess that's where the reminder is really that these products are processed. These are processed foods, as of course some of the meat products are as well, but you can really taste it. It's like sort of soggy cardboard with a bacon flavouring. It doesn't taste like food to me, just that. I guess it's not really food. Right, and last but not least, we are testing burgers. Something that's very important in my life, as you'll have seen, I've had a lot of burgers. We of course have the vegan burger, which is a, this isn't beef burger, and we got the normal burger. Right, anyway, let's cook these and see what sort of difference there is in taste. Right, here we go. Last but not least, we've got the burgers. First of all, something I noticed was that out of the vegan burger, they have what looks like fake blood pouring from it as it's cooking, which is quite bizarre. So they are trying to mimic real meat in a way, but not particularly well visually, to be honest. It didn't look very convincing. Nor does it on the surface here either. It just, again, looks like something that's just been sort of patted together in a factory. The texture looks quite different visually. We've got our meat burger here, and we have got our vegan burger. Anyway, let's dig into the meat burger. We're not gonna put it in bread or anything like that. I was tempted to do that, but we're focusing on the meat aspect here. Aside from the Kit Kat, that doesn't quite make sense, but forget that even happened. Ooh, that's a good burger, is that? It tastes meaty, good juiciness, infused with meat. You can taste the animal coming out of it. That's a really nice burger, to be fair. It's gonna be tough to beat that. It's gonna be tough to even replicate that, never mind beat. But let's try, let's see what this burger is like. Interesting, when I opened it up in the packet, it smelled of mayonnaise. I don't know why that is, because mayonnaise isn't vegan, is it? Because it's got eggs in. So it does have kind of a ready look to it. Let's see what it tastes like. Never tried this before. How peculiar. I was expecting it to taste a bit different than that. It doesn't actually taste too bad. I'm shocked by that. It actually tastes like a cheap beef burger, to be honest with you. But it's not bad at all. There's a kind of lightness and an emptiness to it, which I've kind of found with a lot of the vegan foods. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's not as heavy. But I tell you what, that isn't half bad. That is very much edible. There is a difference, but it's not like you're changing to something that's awful. However, there is one that tastes better. And it is, of course, the real meat. The real meat does taste better on this occasion. This, once again, kind of feels a little bit like it's been artificially created, which I guess it kind of has. But the taste is pretty good. Hell of a cow. Look, I'm a cow fan. I am. I'm a cow fan. Look, I told my mum I liked Highland cows. Next minute, she's buying all sorts. Highland cow diffuser, Highland cow pen holder, and glasses holder, Highland cow coaster. What I'm trying to say is I do like cows, but I also like eating them. So what have we learned? Well, meat won 5-1, but some of these meat alternatives do taste pretty good. Not necessarily as good as the real thing, but if you don't fancy butchering an animal, then by all means give it a whirl. It's all right. This one's better. Goodbye.